Summon or skip Vegeta and Trunks edition. I am not here to take sides. I'm not here to try and convince you to do one or the other. I'm going to simply give you all the facts that you deserve to know, and that way you can make an educated decision for yourself. Fact number one, Vegeta and Trunks are still one of the best units in the game. Anyone downplaying them, especially defensively, is simply not correct. The stacking defense on 18 key is very powerful. 70% defense, that's, for the first 5 turns, is very strong, on top of 140% defense here, 70% defense here, guarding in that first slot, an extra 75% defense here. This is not a unit that you say, yeah, they're okay defensively. No, they are one of the tankiest units in the entire game. Another fact I want to mention is that this is what their team looks like. Now, I mean, how you perceive this team is definitely subjective, but I would say that it's definitely not a bad team. Cohesion, you might have slight issues with cohesion, right? Having a lot of units work very, very well with each other, but there's definitely potential here, right? Tech Vegeto's easy is coming at some point. AGO Gohan's easy is coming up at some point. God Goku's easy has already been teased. So there's going to be more added to this category, or at least under this specific leader skill that Vegeta and Trunks have. But even outside of this leader, you can still run them on a plethora of teams and make them still look very, very good. This is just their specific leader if you were interested in running them as a leader over any other character. But again, very strong unit defensively especially, and a pretty decent category if you ask me. Another fact that I want to mention is that their banner is mid, and I'm saying mid off of the fact of the value that these featured units offer you in today's current meta. So if you're watching this 3 years down the line and STR Kefla is the best unit in the game after EZA, that doesn't work. Okay, as of right now, we have mid number 2, mid number 3. You're not mid. Tech Kefla is not mid, but she's good. The issue is, it's like you summon on this banner and you pull 3 Keflas, and then what? You're happy? No, the answer is no, right? So even if maybe I wouldn't necessarily call Tech Gogeta mid. He's definitely aging a bit, but I wouldn't call him absolutely mid. But at the end of the day, you walk away with one Tech Gogeta and one physical Goten and Trunks. Are you really happy about that? Are you really ecstatic, like, oh my god, I got blessed? The answer is probably no, and you know that too. You're here for Vegeta and Trunks. You're not summoning on this banner for STR Kauk and Goku unless you're like a simp of this guy. You don't have him somehow. Even if you pull him, you are going to die in whatever event you run with him in the first 3 turns of the fight. So again, it's just not really worth. You see what I'm trying to, like, this is not a good banner, like, objectively speaking. Of course, you have Vegeta and Trunks here, which again, I will reiterate, is one of the better units in the game, especially defensively, but this is just not it. I will mention also that AGO Goku Black, if you're someone who likes to run specifically the future saga category, like if you find yourself loving that team, this AGO Goku Black can definitely provide value, because he does support the category himself. He's not the craziest character of all time, but he's also, I would not say at all that he's bad in any way, shape, or form, especially if you activate Cold Judgment and Big Bad Bosses, which is not hard to do with other Goku Blacks and stuff like that. So this unit, again, definitely not bad, and if you're looking for a future saga support, this is your character. At the end of the day, just summon if you genuinely want Vegeta and Trunks, right? The best thing, the smart thing for you would be to summon. But it's also a fact that in the future, at one point, whether it's 2 months, 30 days, 15 days, next week, 6 months down the line, whatever it is, these 2 Chads will be arriving on Dokkan in one way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a transforming into Beast Gohan and Ultimate Piccolo into, Orange Piccolo, or just Ultimate Piccolo, or just Ultimate Gohan. I don't care what it is, but in some way, shape, or form, these 2 Chads are going to arrive in Dokkan, and it is a fact that every single multi you do on this banner will be one less multi you have to do, or one less multi you will be able to do in the future when it comes to this banner. And I understand the logic, but Mr. Baby, like, oh my god, like, but when this banner comes out, then what about the anniversary? Like, I get all that here. I'm just here to let you know that this is still, don't hate me for telling you this, okay? This is, Dokkan is going to add this in the future, at some point, and I think you deserve to know that, Dokkan is a game where every single time a new banner drops, especially on global, there's already something on the horizon, so you always have to be prepared. Always have to prepare to make that sacrifice. Okay, every single multi I do on this banner, Every single 50 stones I spend on this banner is 50 less stones I have to try and pull Beast Gohan, which, by the way, this is definitely not a fact, but it's hard for me to envision a Dokkan world where Beast Gohan drops and he's not the best unit in the entire game. So I'm just putting that out there for food for thought, if you will. But at the end of the day, Vegeta and Trunks are on the way. I will do a video on the exact time as we get a little bit closer to the banner release time. I will be mentioning that in every single time zone, so you will not be left out no matter where you are in the world. Also, consider subscribing because we are on the road to 52,000 subscribers. I do appreciate your support. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck if you decide to summon. They are dropping before December, by the way, so keep that in mind, which would mean that LR Merges and Mouses should be dropping in part 2 as a double rates banner. So I'm just letting you know, keep that in mind. Or you know what you can also do, just as a quick thing, it is another, technically another fact that JP Dokkan will be receiving another Dokkan Fest within the next few days as well, right? So you can maybe wait to see what that is, right? Because if that's superhero, which I doubt it would be, but hey, just in case, right? If that's superhero, then maybe you might want to hold off on summoning. But again, this is just my genuine opinion, if you summon on this banner, that it makes a lot of sense because Vegeta and Trunks are very, very good, right? You're playing with fire, though. A lot of fire. But, again, it makes sense why you'd want to summon. If you're... I guess JP doesn't necessarily matter in this case. But, yeah. So, hopefully you enjoyed. The anniversary, by the way, for Global is about 7 months-ish away. 7-8 months away. I'm mentioning that right now because I'm pretty sure the anniversary units are going to be better than Vegeta and Trunks right here. They usually, very rarely fail to impress with the anniversary LRs. And I'm going to start saving. Once I pull a copy of Vegeta and Trunks, I will be saving for the anniversary. Because that is when listen, I do this every single year. And when the anniversary drops, you see people in the comments saying, Mr. Baby, you told me to save and I pulled the characters I wanted. And even if you don't pull the characters you wanted, at least you're walking into the celebration with a lot of stones compared to walking in imagine walking into the anniversary or any big celebration you really want. Let's say it's, the Dragon Ball superhero celebration with like 50 stones, 70 stones, or 90 stones. And now you're praying or multi in a dream, you summon, you don't pull, now you want to quit the game, right? Because you spent 700 stones on previous banners, which, by the way, again, this is not a good banner, but you have a really powerful unit here, so I get why you'd want to summon. If you want to do this, it's all on you. I want what you want, so go ahead, again, have fun and do what you got to do. But just know that once you pull 3 S tier Kaioken Gokus and 4 Keflas and 1 Goku Black, how happy are you really going to be? So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I was able to sway you in one way or another. Again, my goal is not to have you skip this banner or to have you summon. I'm just letting you know what may be happening, soon, what could happen if you decide to summon. But again, I want what you want. So if you really want Vegeta and Trunks, I wish you nothing but the best of luck on your summons. I will also try to get at least 1 copy, and then we'll see where we go from there. But again, hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully, not that I was able to sway you, but hopefully I was able to help you arrive to whatever conclusion is best for you. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. And let's just see. This is going to be very interesting to see how many global players, now that this character dropped almost 80 years ago on JP, how many players actually summon. Let me know if you're actually planning on still doing that, or I guess summoning, and I will see you in the next one.